YouTube channel. We are going to be starting today. It's a little bit abrupt, but we are going to be starting today. What to expect from this channel? For the last 5 years, I've been on a bit of a self-help journey. I say a bit of, quite a big one. It's been a little bit on and off, but very consistent for the last, let's say, 2 to 3 years. And it's just going to be obviously tips, mindset advice, things that I found useful, things that I didn't find useful. And I just decided today to wake up and to start as well. So, it's not going to be any like major editing. I'm just going to try my best to spit some facts and hopefully, someone resonates and it helps someone out there. Yesterday, my brother and I were having a conversation about obviously habits and procrastination, I think is the word that I'm looking for. He told me that it's been almost 6 months since I've said that I'd start a YouTube channel, and conveniently every single time something came up, or he made me realize that something, I'd always say that something came up, whether it was maybe I need a trim, or I need to sort out my wardrobe, or I need to sort out my background, or one of like 100 things that I would just say, oh, I'm too busy, I'm out with my girlfriend, or I'm out with my friends, job, whatever. Like I kept on coming up with excuses. And the question that was posed to me was, if you carry on at the rate that you're going now, do you get where you want to be in 5 years? And that is an interesting question that you should ask yourself. If you carry on at the rate that you're going right now, do you get where you desire to be in the next 5 years? And I realized that kind of like I get somewhere nice, but I don't get to where I want to be. So then I made a decision. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I need to list out my goals very clearly. Whether it's content creation or trading, or, within the career space or education, whatever it is, you got to list out your goals very, very clearly, just so you can obviously have it out on paper, because sometimes in your head it will get all jumbled up. If you have it out on paper, you have an opportunity to actually build a plan around it. So obviously I did that, and the next thing, which is very important, is habits. And whilst we were discussing this, I realized that I was falling off some of the habits that I wanted. So, for example, I'm not the most lean of people. I'm not fat. I used to be fat. My face was a lot bigger, but I've lost a lot of weight. But there's a goal that I have in mind, and the first like 10 kg, so it was like 96 kg, and I got down to like 85, and that was like okay, that was very easy. And then from 85, because that was like I was just working out like 4 or 5 days a week. I was walking a lot. I was eating less crap. Now from like 85 to 80 was like again kind of easy, but ever since then I was like at a plateau. I was just going like this. Like before, it was the way it was coming down, but I started to plateau. I decided that I was going to wake up early because I wanted to record content, and wake up. I'll wake up at 5:30 before I go to work, or 5 o'clock, and I'll record content for like an hour, and I'll get stuff done, and I'll read, and I'll like do my morning routine consistently every day. And again, like I did it a few days, and I just kind of fell off. And the thing that you have to realize is the cost of procrastinating is the life that you don't want. And I was looking in the mirror and I was like, well, that's not exactly the body that I wanted or that I imagined I'd have right now. And why is that? I've been procrastinating. I think a few people might have gassed me up. They told me, they were like, oh, you're looking really skinny. You're looking really handsome. You're looking good. And I just stopped. So obviously with the habits, we're going to focus on the income, the input, not the outcome. So we're going to just care about obviously what we have to do. And if we do these things every single day, where do we get up? Where do we get to? Obviously I'm a trader as well, which you might have seen from some of the previous videos, but as a trader, you follow a strict set of rules to profit from the market or to take positions in the market. The profit is just a byproduct of the trade. If you stop following those rules, you can still see some progress, but the sustainability of the progress is like probably next to none. It just doesn't exist. So that's something that you got to bear in mind as well. That like maybe you can go off of these habits and you might still make some progress in the areas that you want to progress, but it won't be consistent. It won't be sustainable, and there will be a point where you realize maybe I should have just followed my habits. So what you now need to do, what I need to do, is work out a list of productive habits to go along with the goals. Because the goals are nice, and of course, we're gonna visualize the goals. You're gonna maybe affirm the goals, or you're gonna act as you already have it, or assume that you already have it, whichever way. But obviously, aside from that, if you spend all day doing that, and then you do unproductive habits, unproductive actions, it's not going to work out incredibly well for you. And I know that. I'm speaking from experience. I've seen it like 1,000 times. I've experienced it probably like less than 100 times, but I've experienced it quite a few times over the years, where when I was trying to make progress towards a goal, things just weren't happening. Or I'd see like little bits of progress, but they weren't really happening because I was not following a plan. I wasn't adhering to a plan. I wasn't, mapping out exactly what I was going to do. For content creation, obviously, yes, you got to come up with the ideas, but really, it's just sitting down and recording. That's as simple as it can be. If it's education, it's obviously finding the time to study. If it's making money for a business, let's say you haven't got the business idea right now, obviously you need to speak to a few people who have businesses or who have like money making ideas. Obviously get some ideas, and formulate a plan around that. If you have got a business already, it's just about working out which actions actually directly bring you progress and which ones just feel nice. I spent a lot of time doing things that made you feel productive but didn't actually have like any sort of like impact when it came to like my bank account or the progress of the revenue of the business, or the trading account profit, like whatever it was. It sounded great and it felt great, but it just didn't really do much. So that's just something that you got to bear in mind when you're on this journey, and you got to not delay. Just start today. Make a decision. Every day is just about making a decision that you're going to be disciplined, that you're going to do what you said you're going to do. And that's just a reminder to myself. Every single day, I'm going to decide again and again and again that this is what I want to do. And as hard as it is, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to do it because that's what I've set out for myself. That's the end of the video. I think that went all right. I'll catch you in the next one. Comment, like, subscribe. I hope you gained something. I hope you learned something that you didn't know before.